safety.
That was not the proper way to swing. You should be swinging sitting up straight with your hands on the chains at all times.
I'm just not going. To be safe on the slide, make sure you wait your turn.
When swinging on the swing set for your infant, you should always make sure that you buckle them in and make sure that you don't go too high or too fast.
Just go.
Like so.
Go.
To be safe on the pole, you should slide straight down.
Safe on the monkey bars, never hang upside down.
Or stand up on top of them.
Hi guys! This is a bad idea because
Turn around and say it.
oh, that hurt my tummy. That was a bad idea. I wouldn't ever suggest going on top of a thing like this. It's not a good idea.
When climbing, be sure to watch out for other climbers.
That's good.
Mrs. Cherry, Maggie's hurt.
If somebody's hurt on the playground, make sure you tell an adult immediately.
Make sure the chains on these are covered so that when you swing, you don't pinch your fingers on the chains. If your children is playing on the swing set and they're playing on this equipment, you should make sure that your hands are on this all times and that your feet are in this at all times. And you should also make sure that when you swing, you shouldn't go too far or too high. When going on the slide, you should always be sure that there's someone on the bottom if it's an infant. If you're older, you should just make sure you wait your turn. When playing on these, you should make sure that your child does not hang on them to prevent injuries from the head and make sure that they don't do flips on it. Parents, be sure to be watching your children at all times
To prevent accidents, injuries, and even abductions. When on the playground, you should remember the acronym SAFE.
Supervision, age-appropriate design.
Fall surfacing, and equipment maintenance. On the playground, you should wear closed-toed shoes that secure around your foot to prevent injury. Over 200,000 estimated emergency room treated injuries happen on the playground annually.
Anywhere from stitches to a brain injury. About 44% of injuries on the playground are caused from falls.
Breakage, tip-overs, design, and assembly contribute to 23% of all playground injuries.
2 out of 3 injuries occur at schools and recreational sports facilities.
About 45% of playground-related injuries are severe. Fractures, internal injuries, concussions, dislocations, and amputation.
Children ages 5 to 9 have higher rates of emergency department visits for playground injuries than any other age group. Most of these injuries occur at school.
The top 4 equipment pieces associated with injuries are climbers, 23%, swings, 22%,
Slides 17%, overhead ladders 9%.
Homemade playgrounds aren't safe. Unless you're sure that it is safe to use, always make sure there is adult supervision. Homemade playgrounds should be made for children 5 years or older because they are not safe, and most homemade playgrounds aren't fit for toddlers. When on the playground, make sure to dress appropriately. Accessories are nice and all, but not when your kid is hanging by their scarf on a monkey bar. Necklaces, drawstring backpacks, purses, or anything that can get caught in equipment are not recommended.
Equipment not recommended for children ages 2 through 5. Chain or cable walks, fulcrum seesaws, log rolls,
Track rides, swinging grade, freestanding arch climbers, parallel bars, and vertical sliding poles.
If you supervise your child, this won't happen. Be sure to warn your children about people on the playground. Be nice and kind, use many manners, but if someone offers them candy or a gift, tell them to run and scream. Warn them about dangers of talking to strangers. Instruct your children to alert you immediately and run from them.
3 out of 4 injuries on the playground are caused by falls, usually by jumping or improper sliding. The playground surface can help reduce injuries if your child falls. Choose a playground with shock-absorbent materials like sand, pea gravel, shredded rubber, or wood chips, which are safer than asphalt, concrete, grass, dirt, and gravel. Surfaces should be 12 inches deep and extend at least 6 feet in all directions under playground equipment. If equipment is taller than the child playing on it, they shouldn't be on it.
You should inspect the playground to make sure that there is not any structural damage and to make sure that everything is properly equipped. Check for exposed hardware like bolts, nails, and S-hooks that could scratch or even puncture the skin. If the swing set posts are coming out of the ground as a child swings on it, then you should be more secure.
If there is glass or any sharp objects on the playground, make sure an adult is aware of it being there so they can pick it up and get it out of that area. Make sure children aren't picking up garbage and playing with it. Proper footwear is advised, and be familiar with the first aid kit in case you might need to use one. Make sure if a child has allergies or is allergic to insects, take an EpiPen to prevent the worst if they were to get stung. Here are some playground rules to remember. Be kind, help each other, be honest, listen to others, care for the playground, respect others, and play nicely. Here is a playground safety checklist. Supervise children at all times on the playground.
Make sure any loose fill material is at the proper depth. Most playground safety groups recommend 12 inches of loose filled material.
Never let a child play on playground equipment wearing a bicycle helmet, clothing with drawstrings, or items around their neck.
Make sure that elevated surfaces like platforms and ramps have guardrails to prevent falls.
Know which types of equipment are appropriate for your child's age and make sure that they play on the appropriate equipment.
Make sure that all spaces on equipment measures less than 3.5 inches or more than 9 inches. Spaces between these two measurements can trap children.
Check the playground surfacing. Hard surfacing like asphalt, concrete, dirt, and grass should never be used under equipment.
Make sure that there is no dangerous hardware like protruding bolts and open S-hooks that could catch a children's clothing.
Check that appropriate loose fill material, such as wood chips or shredded rubber, is provided under all equipment and its use zones. Generally, use zones for equipment are 6 feet in all directions. For swings, the use zones are twice the height of the suspending bar in the front and back.
Check the playground regularly to see the equipment is in good condition and free of broken or missing parts. Wood equipment should be free of rot and splinters, and plastic equipment should not be cracked.
Report any unsafe condition immediately to the owner or operator of the playground, principal of the school, director of the children's center, or director of the park.
Supervision.
To prevent injury? Okay.
Again, 44% of injuries are caused from what? What?
Over equipment breakage, tip over.
One more time.